All right, so as you saw, I chopped the door. I chopped here about 5 inches and 5 inches up from here. And I chopped a little bit lower than that because the top of the door had a huge dent right here. I was going to cut straight through here, but that was straight through the dent, so might as well cut the dent out. So we got some issues. It's not a straight chop it and call it a day. I don't think whoever did this had, well, obviously they didn't have the doors, and they didn't chop the doors because the doors aren't chopped, and I don't even know if the doors came with this car or if my buddy had these doors separate. I'm not sure. Regardless, I don't think this guy did any work with the doors here because that's off by a lot, and the door gap on the cowl is pretty nice. The bottom, yeah, is a little bit of gap. I'll see if I could hit the hinge in forward, which will bring this down and close up this gap a little bit, but I think, see, it's like touching, 32s are flush mount doors, and it's not that it's not even close. The top up here is pretty close, but still not close enough. There should be a gap in between here and this guy here, and it's like it touches it. And the bottom, it just starts overlapping by probably at least half an inch. Let me get the ruler. Is it in here? There it is. Yeah, it's a little more than half an inch. So that's a problem. I don't have a half an inch here to close. I could probably get an 1/8 inch out of it. So there needs to be major things happening in this corner here. I need to detach. Well, luckily most of this quarter and inner wheel well, you can see, is not attached. And the same story underneath. I'm kind of feeling it doesn't look like it's really attached. So I'm gonna have to do some cutting around here where he kind of grafted the B pillar down to the floor. I'll probably have to cut that out, cut all this useless bracing, and I'm gonna have to lift the quarter up and bring it back, or do something. I don't know. Or when you put the B pillar in, no, it still needs to be raised up. I'm trying to think this out. It definitely needs to raise up for sure, because that's very far off, and something needs to happen. That needs to get shorter. I don't know if I need to come in here and cut straight down here and move this B pillar. Oh, I'd hate to have to do that, but if I have to do it, I gotta do it. Man, that's like overlap city, dude. Jeez. Okay, so this right here is supposed to, like, what is it supposed to do? I'm pretty sure. See, I don't even know what's going on here. I think there's something missing. I think there's an extra level, an extra step that's missing here. So I have to do a little bit more investigating. I don't work on many 32s, so I gotta look up some examples and see what's going on here. There's something missing, like something big is missing. Because look at how big that gap is here. Like there's a lot of gap here, and that should be kind of tight. Look at the bottom. Just touching on the bottom. Gap here, I can move my finger between. Oh man, that's a mess. This is a mess. Okay. Well, I guess you just gotta figure it out. All right, so as you guys know, from this corner, that was that corner, that this car's a mess. And door gaps are, or the doors are no different. Nothing's lining up. There's a weld seam across the whole edge here. And like I kind of hinted to before, there's something like wrong. There's supposed to be an extra step here. There's one step, and then there's supposed to be another step where the edge of the door here would sit against, and then the body would come flush to it, kind of like this, but not like this. Obviously this is way wrong, but this right here is where the body lines match up. So I'm gonna have to do a slice here, so cut off the B-pillar here, and just replace it where it needs to be. And I need to make the edge of this panel with a lip in it, so with a step in it, I guess, so this door can go up against it and be flush with the body. I need to figure out how tall that step needs to be, and also I'm probably gonna have to make a separate die on the Pullmax or something, because it's not, this will be flat, I'm pretty sure, so that won't be too big of an issue. And then down here, this curve to this body is going to be a little tricky, putting a double step in something. Oh, maybe it's not a double step. I'm kind of going to do a single step, but the panel curves over around this here and get spot welded in here. So gotta think about how it shouldn't be an issue, I guess. I'll just be able to shrink on that edge to kind of curve it to match this, but I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But this is how the side's looking. The B pillar was welded at an angle this way, and this, because that was at an angle, this corner and maybe this, I don't know, this corner, it should be fine because it's still fully welded here, unless he cut the quarter, because this quarter was replaced or something was done to it. He might have cut the quarter at an angle. I don't know. It's a mess because this is the way the body line lines up. Yes, the B pillar is probably cocked sideways, but now, like, the whole quarter is probably cocked because, like, I don't know how to explain it. I guess the window's kind of tilted down, but just the corner, just that edge, because the bottom is obviously level with the body line. There's no change there. It wasn't cut and welded in except for the piece I did here, and the body's straight. I like the way that is, but this is cocked in because it's skinnier here than it is here. Even when I move the B pillar in, this sheet metal is going to stay. I might have to move it with it. Like cut here, add a piece in, move it over. I'll have to see when I do that. And so that's a mess on this side. And this side, kind of the same thing. It's cocked over too much. And the bottom's probably where it belongs because it's starting to overlap. And like the gap, it's definitely too tight. The gap's definitely too tight over there. But I don't know, the whole bottom needs to move over, and then the top needs to come in like more than the bottom needs to go over that way. I got the body lines to line up here. You saw me cutting out the terrible bird cage that they had in here. So are getting there. Body lines are lined up and the doors and kind of where they need to be. I still need the adjustment pieces on the cowl here for the 32s that let it adjust it up and down. I don't have those. That's going to help me immensely adjusting these, because right now I just pull it over and you can see I put a clamp on there to hold it, but once I can adjust it, it'll be much easier. Yeah, this quarter's not as bad as the other one. It's just one weld in here I'm going to clean up a little bit, maybe. But this B-pillar debacle, it's just, I don't know what he was thinking. He just totally got rid of the step that makes these doors flush. It's flush now because it's in the wrong step. And like this weld is too proud, so that's probably why it's giving it some kind of step. But was he thinking of just putting that much Bondo there to build a step? Like, what are you thinking, dude? So, I don't know. I'm going to have to remake the edge of the panel and weld it in. It's fun stuff. I thought it was going to be a little easier than that, but I thought it was just literally chopping the doors and getting them to close, putting the hardware in. And now I got to redo the B-pillar. But, you know, is what it is. The front of the cowl, everything matches up good here. Same on the other side, I think. I believe it worked out well. Yeah, decent. A lot better than the back. So yeah, a lot of work ahead of me. But it is kind of nice seeing the doors on. This one, the roof panel's still off, but you get the idea. And I'm not going to weld this piece on here until I mess with the whole B-pillar area, because it's just going to get modified, so why mess with it? But it's going to look cool with the door tops on there, because it's going to close the window opening by like that much. So it's going to be a really small window. It's going to be pretty cool. Yeah? You helping? Are you helping? Yeah? Whoa! That's cool, huh? Yeah, you're helping Daddy. Yeah, you can help. I'll just move this, though. Don't want the kid getting into grease. It'll be a real greaser. All right. So, me and Cheppy haven't really been doing too much lately, the past few days. You probably saw me starting on the B-pillars and cutting stuff out of here. Came down with a cold or something and have been really sore, stuffed up, so I haven't been doing anything past couple of days. That's probably why this video is pretty short. But, figured I'd come in here with the kid and work on the road, so pick up a little bit. Well, that's probably better. But yeah, it happens sometimes. You get sick. It's all good. So let's see what Cheppy's up to. What are you doing, buddy?
Pliers.
Pliers, yeah. You're so smart, dude.
Pliers.
Yeah, pliers. And what are you doing with that bracket, huh? You taking it off? Yeah.
Cut
You do you, buddy. Oh, also, what I did do, Sheppy's been messing around with the shackles again. You love messing around with these shackles, don't you, buddy?
Yes.
So, what we did here, I finished off the F1 cross member. So, I'll take it out and show you, but instead of putting one of the ends on the bottom and bolting through, I went higher and I let it rest on the top, so the whole thing slips inside of the frame here. And it's contoured nicely. It looks like it could have been in here as a factory piece. It is down and dirty. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's a nice tight fit. Ow. I'm also really. I'm also far away from this thing. Oh, can I have the hammer, buddy? Yeah, Daddy needs a hammer. Thanks, bud. So, let's take this thing out. All right, Cheppy, show him what you did. Show him what you did on this thing. Oh, that's right, because you didn't do anything. You were sleeping. So, what I did here, let me get you the cutoffs, actually, before I go describing too much. Okay, that'll work. Okay. So here's what we did here. Oh, there's a little more work on it apparently. The little guy doesn't think it's good enough. Alright, so this? Yes. This is what we took out. We cut along this bottom edge here to leave this, cut up there, smashed it up, and bent this flange. I didn't even have to cut the end. It's like perfectly long enough. You have just enough material to come up and use this, and use the stock holes here as mounting holes. And obviously, same on this side. I took this out of there, yeah, or it was this way. And then I took this, I took this side out of here. You know, bent it up and over. You know, quick and dirty. This doesn't have to be fully metal finished or anything like that. It's just a, you know, F1 cross member in a Model A. I'm not going for any Riddler awards or anything, whatever you call them. There's actually one thing. What's up, bud?
I cut them.
What'd you cut?
The frames.
Huh?
I cut the frame.
Okay. Whatever he's doing. So yeah, I need to cut the hole for the master. I've just been lazy. I should do that now. I think I have. I think I have everything to do it. The hole saw. I gotta figure out what size. Huh?
This is the hammer.
Yeah, it's a hammer. Sorry for the loud noises in this video, but we got Shepherd in the shop today. All right. So that's that. And then now it just slips right in the frame there. I'm going to drill a hole in the top. Drill a couple holes on that tab. And you get the holes on that tab. And that should be plenty to hold this cross member in. But yeah, you know, we're just kind of messing around here. I might actually drill that now if I have some time. So yeah, I might drill that. If I have the hole saw, I'm going to drill that right now. All right, so you saw me, you know, taking forever to drill that hole out. The hole saw I used apparently was for wood, so it just literally broke the teeth off, and I thought it was just working very slowly. But it was just like rubbing a pipe on it. It had literally no teeth left. So that was kind of a fail, but you know, we got it done. I had to do it the hard way because I didn't feel like waiting. I'm impatient. But I think, you know, that's how you get things done sometimes. Being patient. And you just, you know, you do it anyway. Not sure if I did the hole big enough, but I can always open it up later. I thought I had a spare master cylinder somewhere, but I guess I didn't. I know I don't have a dual, but I thought I had a single somewhere. Yeah, that's probably pretty close. I'll put it in for now, and then, you know, we'll see what happens. It should go in pretty smooth. Should. Maybe. All right, I'll try that. All right. So, I'll bring you over here and let you check it out. All right, so I can't lock this into place until I get my flathead in here, but sorry for the echoes. I think it's echoing off the firewall, but seems to fit pretty good. Should be enough room for the steering column. Sorry, there's a blank in my brain. But the way this fits, if this goes in right here, there's a hole that lines up with the hole on the cross member on both sides. Isn't that cool? That would be really convenient if that lined up. I'll probably stick a bolt in there and, you know, just so it doesn't move around while I'm setting up the transmission and stuff, but if that works, that's awesome. And then I think, I'm not too sure, but I might just get rid of this center cross member here. It's kind of rendered useless. And you got to cut it anyway so that the drive shaft and stuff doesn't get all hung up. And this is getting cut out, but you know, I think I'm just going to take it out because this is the new cross member. And if this came out of an F1 truck, I think it's beefy enough for this Model A. And who knows, I might add some rear K-member portions if I feel like it. I don't know, but I think it would be fine. Who knows? I'll think about it. I might just notch it just because the extra strength doesn't hurt. So yeah, that's about it. About it for this video. Let's see, it looks pretty good. They say you notch that center. I don't see why you have to. We'll find out, but looks like there's enough room for that drive shaft to be there. Unless people move this up, then that would make sense. I've also seen people move this whole center section down, so this line is just about here. And that makes it supposedly so you don't have to cut that cross member there, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if you have to cut it anyway. Most likely because everyone said you have to, but I don't trust anything until I do it myself. Just like I didn't think I had to move that pedal mount, and of course I did. I had to. But I'm glad I moved it. I might have moved it too far over. Who knows? I don't know. It's fine. So yeah, that's it. A little bit of Vicky stuff, a little bit of Roadster pickup. You know, just kind of throwing it in there. Didn't have too much this week because, as I said before, I was a little sick, and I kind of pretty much took a couple days off. It just beat. But I did end up getting a couple things done. So appreciate you watching. I'll catch you on the next one.